How's it going, YouTube? Dr. V here today, bringing you our Week 9 battle. We are up against the Verd himself, and this is a really important divisional match for us. If we can manage to win this one, Verd will still be in the lead due to differential, but it'll put us in a really good spot for the rest of the season, so hopefully we can try and get this win and maybe secure our spot in the playoffs. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, let's start with this. So, team previews here. You can see that I'm bringing the Darth Venamus, the Roto mode, Darth Vader, the Ante, Darth Cognis, Mega Blastoise, Darth Bane, the Landorus, Darth Ramage, the Espeon, and shit, forgot what. And Vaporeon, I don't remember his name exactly. Oh shit, that's gonna bother me. Darth Gravid, the Vaporeon. There we go. So yeah, you can check out my team builder and see why I'm bringing the sets that I was and whatnot. So hopefully then you can understand my thinking throughout this battle a little better. But he's bringing the Clefable, Zygarde, Cresselia, Hitmontop, Lantern, and Skarmory. So he brought 5 of the 6 mons I expected him to bring. I wasn't really expecting the Zygarde to come through, but he did bring it, so we should be able to deal with that pretty decently. We have 3 mons on our team that can take it on fairly well, so yeah, I think we'll be good. So yeah, I think we'll be fine with that. So here we go. Yeah, he is going to lead out with Beth Phoenix, the Skarmory, which was what I expected on here. So I do lead out with Darth Venamus, the Rotomo, as he does withdraw. Goes down to Randy Orton, the Zygarde. So that kind of sucks. I did go just go straight for a Volt Switch here. That damage would have been great if I had gone for something else, but it was the safest play I could make, as he switches out again as I switch out into Darth Cognis, the Mega Blastoise, into Bray Wyatt, this stupid Lantern, which cost me so much trouble last time. But I'm better prepared for it this time around. I did just go for a Dark Pulse. It would get some damage off on this, as this thing goes for a Volt Switch. We are running a specially defensive set this week, so it's a little better for us. Sorry about the little mouse interference thing there. He goes into Beth Phoenix and then switches back out, which I'm fine with. He can just keep going into it. I'm gonna keep Dark Pulsing. There's really no reason not to. Yeah, if he didn't have the leftovers on this, the 3 Dark Pulses would have taken him out. But again, there's just no reason not to get one, as he does flinch, which is actually really good for us. Puts us in a really good spot if we can get rid of this thing. But obviously he's got to withdraw. He doesn't want to lose this thing without needing to, especially this early on. As he goes into Booker T, the Hitmontop, Dark Pulse is obviously not going to do very much, but it does decent amount. I do go for the Scald, hoping to get the burn, as he goes for a Toxic here. So that's fine. I'm fine with him Toxicking this. I am running the Heal Bell on my Vaporeon, I believe, because he did try to get that a lot last time around. I'm just going to go into said Vaporeon here, as he does withdraw Booker T. As he goes into John Cena, the Clefable. Yeah, I don't like that at all, that he has that here. But yeah, so he's going to go into Cosmic Power here. That's fine, he can go ahead and set up, right? I am going to switch out into my Entei here for yeah, Darth Vader is carrying the roar specifically for him wanting to set up like this. He goes for another Cosmic Power as predicted. There's just no reason not to, and he's trying to set up another one, which to me tells me that he's the stored power set on this thing. But I'm gonna just roar him out of here, which he doesn't want to deal with, as Bray Wyatt is the one that gets dragged out. Yeah, this thing's gotten some more health now. He does withdraw. I don't know what he thought I was gonna go for, but he goes into Randy Orton. This thing handles my Entei fairly decently. I'm not carrying any moves here. Here I just went for the Shadow Ball, hoping I could get the special defense drop or something, but no go. And yeah, there's no point in switching out or keeping in Darth Vader there, as I go into Darth Cognis, and he goes for Coil. So this is kind of a really bad spot for me. His attack and defense rise, and he does have the leftover too. An Ice Beam will take him out from this thing, but I'm assuming that he knows that, and he does switch out here into Beth Phoenix, because I don't think he can take us out from that range that he's at. So we didn't get the freeze, which I'm fine with. Freeze is kind of the most unfair hacks in my opinion, but yeah, I'm gonna switch out into Darth Ramage the Espeon here. I was kind of hoping that he would go for the Stealth Rock. That would be amazing, just to get all that extra damage off, and it would let me see if the Clefable was unaware or stuff, if it was unaware or if it was Magic Guard. More than likely he was running Magic Guard on it, just to, in case I was running the Toxic and stuff. But here he goes for the Iron Head as I switch down to Darth Vader again. Darth Vader just handles this thing like nothing really. So yeah, I'm gonna go for a Flamethrower. Unfortunately he did go for Roost, which, well, I don't even bring him down to the sturdy. We do burn him, so he can't really hit us anymore with this thing, but he manages to get his rocks up, which is gonna let him put a little bit more pressure on us when switching out or deciding to switch out something. So that's not really good. Yeah, that's not my favorite thing, but here he's gonna withdraw. I'm not 100% sure why. I'm not sure what else that thing could have done, but again, Randy Orton does handle Darth Vader fairly well, but no burn from it this time. I would have loved a burn on this thing. It would have been amazing to have, but unfortunately it's not what it is, and here I am gonna have to let him set up a coil again. There's just nothing I can do. As I go into Darth Ramage. Yeah, that coil, I honestly should have just roared expecting that coil, then forced him into doing something more. But yeah, I go for the Dazzling Gleam. Doesn't do as much as I would have hoped at all, honestly. Like, I think he's running max special defense on this at this point. So yeah, an Outrage completely kills us, obviously. And this is where I really wish I had a Fairy type for these situations. So it's definitely something I'm gonna have to rethink in future drafts. Now, this right here is really important. I did switch out into Darth Cognis thinking I could live one, but after the Stealth Rock damage, there's no way I'm living it. There was a small chance that I could have lived it if he hadn't gotten Stealth Rocks, but yeah, he does get confused here, so there's a chance that he could hit himself. But that was really bad, honestly. Like, he does just switch out when I switch into Darth Bane, into Beth Phoenix. There was no reason not to go for the F power, even if he gets the leftovers. However, this thing can't really touch us, so I'm fine with it being here. Yeah. And here I'm free to just go for a knockoff. It'll take this thing out from that range. So we do take out one of his mons here. But yeah, that losing Darth Cognus really messed with me. That's not what I wanted to happen at all. And we can see here that he is in fact a defensive set and with Calm Mind. So that's not good. Not good at all. I'm gonna U-turn out of here. And yeah, U-turn does more than the knockoff, which is weird to me, but yeah, I'm gonna go into Darth Vader here just because this is my anti-setup thing. It can take on the Cresselia, but you can see that we're taking quite a decent amount of damage from these rocks, which I really didn't want to happen. I was carrying the Rapid Spin on the Mega Blastoise, and yeah, so I'm just gonna go for a Shadow Ball instead of Roar, just to see the type of damage it does, and it's not enough. He goes for the Psyshock here. Yeah, that does much more than I would have liked, but yeah. Luckily, he did go for Rest here, so that actually really sucks for me, because now he can outstall me if it comes to it. But I do Roar him out. I think I was expecting him to go for another Calm Mind at that point, but yeah, him resting and me going for Roar gave me just a little bit more HP back on this thing. Unfortunately, it did switch out into Bray Wyatt, but yeah, at this point I couldn't really switch out anymore, as I see that this thing has Rest too. That just fucking sucks, honestly. I hate this. Like, at this point I just start panicking. I'm not sure what else I can do here. I do have to switch out Darth Vader. It can't touch this thing. Darth Bane can do quite a bit of damage, especially now that Beth Phoenix is done, where he can hit these things. As we see that has a Sleep Talk set. Luckily he gets a Rest again, but so he is going to withdraw here. Doesn't want to take, probably, he doesn't want to take an Earth Power from this thing or a Sludge Wave. But yeah, I'm going for the Earth Power. So that takes out Booker T, which I'm fine with. I had ways to deal with that. He goes out into Gobbledygook again. So I just go into for Sludge Wave. So it does a decent amount. It's not great, but it's not terrible, as we can see that he has Sleep Talk on this thing too. And he does get an attack this time, so yeah, and it's a crit, obviously. Why? Because why not, right? Yeah. Just a little salty with these rest sets. I don't like them. I don't like dealing with them, basically, is what it comes down to, but it's a smarter move. I should probably try to play with those more often. Yeah, Entei is super low on health, but he goes for another Sleep Talk, and he gets Rest again, so I'm fine with that. I would have been slightly upset if he had gotten Calm Mind up from it, but he didn't. So as he goes out into Bray Wyatt here, Shadow Ball is still not going to do very much to this thing, but yeah, we get a crit back and the special defense drop, so makes up for the crit that he got last time here. But yeah, this thing is now a problem. If I had managed to take him out before, it would have been much better, but we didn't. And we can see the extra sensory. It's not doing terrible damage, but it's not doing great damage. So he goes for the Sleep Talk and gets another Rest. So I'm fine with that. It's just letting us get back some more HP. I'm sure if we get this thing low enough, he'll go for a Rest again, and a Scald will more than likely take us out. So, but I am going for the extra sensory in case he wakes up. That way, maybe we can get the flinch. As he goes for a toxic here. Yeah, so that's the problem because I can't really switch this thing out that many more times, and it can't really. Yeah, it's a problem for us right now. But going for another extra sensory, just trying to get the flinch honestly, so that I can take him out next turn, as he does not flinch and gets the Volt Switch out. We should live this next poison, I believe. So he goes out into Randy Orton. And again here, this was completely my mistake that I should have fixed, but yeah, so just gotta get some leftovers and then get some poison damage after the leftovers. So I have one more turn with this thing, and I decide to flamethrower it and try to get the burn. That was not the smartest idea that I had there. I should have gone for Roar, not let it set up, and seen what I could try to do afterwards. But that's not what happened. So those were a little bit of misplays there for me with the Sente, but overall I'm actually really satisfied with how this thing worked. It definitely put pressure on him. I know that he was surprised by it, so we do get an earth power off on this thing, so it's gonna do a decent amount of damage. Unfortunately, it is gonna take us out with an outrage. It would have been great if we had gotten a crit and taken it out or something, but no, yeah. So we're in a tough spot here, but Darth Gravid can handle this thing decently, depending on. Yeah, he's locked into outrage, so I'm free to just go for a Scald. I'm really regretting not bringing the Icy Wind sets this week. So yeah, the Scald did nothing, so we do get the burn this time around. But yeah, he is locked into one more turn for this, but he is going to take us out with the outrage, I believe. Yeah, so goes for the outrage, and we actually did live it, so that's surprising to me. I didn't think we lived it. And we go for another Scald, managed to take this thing out. I don't think we would have been able to take it out if we had switched into Darth Gravity and not sacrifice Landorus, but Landorus would have ultimately put more work in. As Bray Wyatt gets another kill, because I hate that thing and it gives me trouble. So yeah, good job Bray Wyatt, getting another kill on a defenseless little Vaporeon. But now he's free to just go into Gobbledygook here, as I go into Darth Venomous. He does withdraw here. Goes into Bray Wyatt, which kind of surprises me. I'm gonna go for the Ominous Wind, trying to get a boost, honestly. No luck there. Like, honestly, that's just my last hope that I can try to get the boost with it. And we do crit it, so it doesn't get an attack or a toxic off on us, but no boost. And now he's free to go into John Cena, which... Here I go for a Thunderbolt, checking damage, and I can see that doesn't look like it's especially defensive. So 2 Thunderbolts and a Leaf Storm probably would take this out. And we do see the leftovers, so maybe a couple more, but yeah, so that does have, but he is carrying the Soft Boiled. Yeah, nothing I can do here. So yeah, at this point it's just more of waiting for him to finish out setting up his cosmic powers, and so he can take us out. As you can see, Thunderbolt's not really doing much anymore here. Nothing I can do here. I'm just gonna go for Ominous Winds, hoping I can get the stat increases. But then he's gonna be able to set up all the way with this. So good game to Verd. I'm glad I was definitely able to make it more competitive this time. A couple lucky hits here and there for me, but yeah, I can't get one of these Ominous Winds to power me up to save my life. But yeah, originally I wanted to bring a Taunt Rotom, but I found out that Rotom actually doesn't have Taunt, which actually surprises me since it's a prankster Pokemon, like, or considered like a prankster. So it's kind of surprising that it doesn't get Taunt. But yeah. Here I'm just mostly waiting for him, so I'm just clicking buttons. He's gonna drag this out a little longer. So yeah, if Rotom got Taunt, that'd be great. He wouldn't have been able to set up with it. I would have been able to take out the Clefable definitely, and maybe the Cresselia if I... Actually, I think Rotom would have been able to take them both on, because he wouldn't have been able to soft boil or rest. So we would have been in a fairly good spot. But here's this one gonna take us out. Nope, we live on 2. Yeah, you can see that my Rotom set, even with him being at max for stored power, it's lived 3 hits. So I honestly think if we had a Taunt, if this thing had learned Taunt, we could have won this battle. So I definitely learned a lot from this, but good game to Verd. Yeah, I think that secured his playoff spot this week. Unfortunately, it leaves us having to win. I think we still got to win at least one more of our last 3 matches. So our last 3 matches are against... We have D-Pad, CJ, and Kingdra again, so yeah, this is definitely not an easy part of my schedule, but I'm going to do my best to try and get another win and secure my playoff spot. So yeah, guys, until next week, hopefully we can bounce back against D-Pad and the Orlando City Superiors. Alright, later.